WWE did a bunch of great things. TNA involvement. Jacob Fatu shows up to end the week. How did you feel about what WWE's got going on and like Jacob Fatu showing up on SmackDown there? I want to ask you about that.
I mean, the whole week was total nonstop action, no pun intended. But
Yeah.
WWE right from the jump with Raw opening up with Seth, giving us the Sheamus and Braun Breaker match that a lot of people have been looking forward to. Having Otis and Alpha Academy kind of split up with Chad Gable, finally debuting the Wyatt Six, and then on Tuesday you have the crossover. You got Joe Hendry coming in for NXT NA, I guess is the new crossover we can call it.
Yeah, man.
And and Friday, Jacob Fatu making the big splash coming in too, looking a lot leaner. That was one of the things that me and Kevin Castle talked about too, is
Mhm.
that he looks like he slimmed down a little bit, got in a little bit more shape.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's best for him, or is he another one of those guys that should kind of keep the weight on and look like that Tongan hitman kind of deal.
Yeah, I think if he did that, people would compare. Because not to say that Solo hasn't leaned up as well, but I think people would make that Solo sort of comparison. I don't know. You can just tell guys take their bodies seriously when they come into WWE, though. I had noted on the live show, Jacob looked like he shed 20 of fat and put
Oh yeah.
on 10 of muscle, So I'm excited, man. It was awesome. And what do you think about the talks of like, okay, Hikuleo's next, gonna come in next, like he's signed and he's probably just bodying up right now as well. And then I don't know if you pay attention to Zilla Fatu on the indie scene there, but or Reality of Wrestling more particularly, OVW, but he's jacking up right now too, and he's saying like see you soon on his Instagram and stuff. Are you all for like, yeah, just keep bringing the bloodline
Yes.
guys in, pour them in?
I made a post up on X saying more Bloodline, and I think
Yeah.
people took it as a sarcastic slight, but it really wasn't. I'm like, keep bringing the family in, make it as big as possible, because honestly, the most realistic stable is the one that's all united by blood. And I mean, Bloodline is more than just a tagline; it's also a clever name for the stable. And it's like, I have no problem with finally putting front and center that entire the Anoa'i family and everybody attached to it. Obviously, The Rock and Roman will absolutely return. And I can't imagine how devastating that this entire stable can be when they have every single member of the family they possibly can.
Yeah, man. Jeez. And it
Like how
was
many
so,
people? Like 15 people.
yeah, dude. And I was bringing it up the other day too on the live show. I was saying, look, man, they got not only that, like I know Tamina's sort of retired, right? But it's not like they couldn't pick up the phone and call her and bring her in. And you got Nia Jax, you got Ava Rain, and you got the Tongan twins who
You got
just left.
Naomi.
You
She's
got
kind of in there by blood or
ex-
by marriage. I mean, not by blood, but still.
exactly, man. And
Yeah.
you have the Tongan twins who just left Glow, I believe. And it's
Right.
like you have this whole thing you could do there too if they want to take it to that level. I don't know if they'll incorporate the women in that at all, but
They
I'm
could.
down for that. Even I want more and more Bloodline, dude. I love the Bloodline. It's been one of my favorite things. And obviously, like, look how they're chanting, we want Roman. I mean, just masterfully done. How all he had to do, because it was inevitable when he lost at Mania 40 is when we're all going to appreciate him, right? You don't know what you got till it's gone. And he goes away and now everyone wants him back. And just, it's the story's telling itself without even, the actions speak louder than the words in it. And that's what's so important.
Phil, I'll be honest. I was really down on Roman Reigns for the longest time, and the Bloodline storyline really didn't pick up for me until the Sammy Kevin Owens involvement, because I absolutely love Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But that entire crossover with Jimmy and Jay, that's what really took me to the next level. Not even the Cody stuff. It was really the involvement with the Usos and Sammy and Kevin Owens that started bringing me towards it. And then I started to appreciate what Paul and Roman and the entire group were doing together. And it's like it's kind of become this snowball that's gotten bigger and bigger. And yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. Now, I don't believe, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm not a big fan of Solo being the head of the bloodline, but I don't think he's supposed to be anyway. Solo strikes me more as a vicious thug than he is as an actual leader. So I'm kind of hoping that this changes eventually, that maybe somebody takes the reins away from Solo. I don't know if it'll be Roman Reigns' return. I don't know if Roman Reigns is going to come back as a super baby face and go up against the family or something
Oh, for
like that either.
sure, for sure. And then the Usos are getting all back together. Here, I'll give myself an X Files here, but the truth is out there. Okay, but listen, what I had fantasy mark booked it was I thought Jacob, because he can do all the moonsaults and he's like the chubby, he can be like a smiley baby face too. He's done it, and he can do all the backflips and the cool moves. I thought for sure it was going to be Roman comes back with the Usos align with him, and then they bring in Jacob as like their heater, but he's like a funky, cool, I can do moonsaults and babyface kind of guy. But no, they brought him in as a savage. So that means Hikuleo, who is signed by the company, he's got to come in on the Roman side, right? And then the story's like the little brother, like Hikuleo is the Tongan's little brother, and then the Usos are Solo's little brother, and then that's like, you know what I mean? Then they have
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
brother, and
No,
then
for
they
sure.
have one brother. Yeah, it's, to me, I don't know. I think that's where it's going. Not to, I'll obviously let them tell the story. They've been doing a brilliant job. But that's I like to do that fantasy mark book a little bit, kind of like Tony Khan, except for I don't have $1 billion to bring it to fruition.
Right.
Uh,
Nope.
but speaking of like Solo and him being the head guy, you know what I mean? The head man of the table. We got some. I'm going to take you into a place called Phil Marks Bookmarks. I hope you're excited.
All
Uh,
right.
okay, so here's Phil Marks Bookmarks, and this is everybody's favorite place to be, where you can see that, right?
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
So WWE applied for a trademark that, what was it? Caesar Sikoa. I got it written. Yes, so Caesar Sikoa. So I had quote tweeted this and said, okay, Caesar named himself dictator of the Roman Empire. Roman Empire is the name of Roman's faction,
Yes.
and Caesar Sikoa will do the same when Roman reigns in his empire. In brackets, fans or new faction name return. This will be Solo's way of symbolically usurping Roman as the leader of the bloodline.
Huh.
I wrote either that or it's Zilla Fatu's new name. Obviously, I got to tag it with a joke at the end. But your thoughts on that, man? They're going to change it. Caesar Sikoa. It seems like he is the leader.
I mean, that would be an interesting twist. It really would. And Caesar Sikoa honestly makes a lot of sense for the way that they present the bloodline. I like the attachment between that and Roman Reigns. Makes a lot of
Mhm.
sense storyline aesthetically. But yeah, I just I'm still in that camp that I need to see more. I need to see more before I believe that he can take the reins, before he's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the reins. I
Doubting
like the
Thomas, man. I'm a doubting Thomas.
No, no, no,
That's
but
just my
that's
name.
fine. That's fine, and like I get it with Solo too. I feel like the couple times they have passed him the mic though, he's sort of done well with it. But like I
You know
don't
what it
know.
is? I just see him as being such a savage guy that he doesn't have the chill that
Right.
Roman has as a leader. He doesn't have the chill that The Rock would have as a leader. Like, he doesn't strike me as a guy that's cool, calm, and collected. Even though he's very stoic a lot of the time, he always seems like he's ready to snap. And I think that that's like a bad example of how a leader of a stable should be. Not that what I'm saying even matters. Like I said, I mean, it could be completely in your direction, and you're probably 100% right. I'm just saying the way that I look at him is he looks to me like a heater, like a thug ready to
Yeah.
pounce at any moment. And you'd rather have somebody like the way that Roman Reigns was running things, where everybody else would jump in and do the work before Roman Reigns even stepped up to the plate, you know?
Yeah, and it is weird that like Jacob did align with them because like people are saying, oh, they're kind of the same, like Jacob and Solo build wise, and then also with like the Tongans. And I don't know, at the end of SmackDown, they kind of looked at each other
Yeah.
and they kind of did that look like, damn, even this guy might be too savage for us. So who even knows? Like it could be a three-way bloodline warfare. Like we don't know if it's just going to be one team versus one team. It could be three groups, three
Right.
tribes going. We
Wow.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, no, that's an interesting point too, is if the family can't even get that going, if they
Mhm.
split this up into multiple groups. No, for sure.
But Jacob Fatu making a huge impact, a big splash, as you said, every pun intended. WWE shop best-selling t-shirts currently, Jacob Fatu Wolf t-shirt. So
Very good.
yeah, there you go. We'll give him a air horn for that one. And then also Jay Uso Yeet t-shirt.